Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the 10-star Kizuna clash against Sanji and Pudding with no new badge, no new Vega lads as a friend captain, nothing at all. These particular teams in today's video just use Ditto captains to get it done for the 10-star event. So if you guys can't find the Shaka and Vegapunk characters as a friend captain, don't stress. You'll be able to do it with these particular teams. However, if you can find that particular new Kizuna legend as a friend captain, you can run these teams with that particular character as a friend captain as well. Now, I already put out that video. That video is up live. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Remember, this is a regular Kizuna, so finding Vegapunk friend captains can be very challenging. So that's why these teams are going to help you guys out so much, in the sense that you want to be doing your assists, so that way you can build up as many tickets to get the skulls for Sanji and Pudding. So make sure you guys are using the Suicide Strat. I'll leave a link to the Suicide Strat in the description below. Make sure you guys are using that for your alliance members, so that way you can build up as many tickets as possible, and that way you can get the skulls without using any of your potions. You want to save your potions for Super Boss. I say it every month. Make sure you're saving them up, and use the assists 15-minute timer to your advantage very, very wisely. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. If you do, but like button, hit subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, enjoy the video, and let's dive in. Alright, so the first variation is the Psy variation, and we're running double Lilith here for this particular team. That's the team, those are the supports. Let's dive on in. Now, what you guys can actually do as well, for level 31 plus, you can actually run the YD base support, Rare Recruit support on Marco, and then you can bring the Ben Beckman Lucky Roo support for Shanks to get around the defense up and threshold for that extra turn on the final stage, and that way you bypass all 4 turns of the barrier, and you won't need the Psy Orbs from Shanks, but Shanks gives Psy Orbs, so you can just break that barrier regardless. If you're running the Vega lads, they're going to give you the Psy Orbs for the barrier, but we're not using them in today's video. If you guys want to check them out though, like I said, link in the description for the Vega lads version of this particular team down below. On turn 2, we come up against Perispero and 2 little lads. The little lads are going to run away. There's 6 turns of threshold, and what you can actually do here is you can actually super swap with the Robin and Jime unit to get a bit more type advantage, but we're going to use the special of Vegapunk, of Lilith Vegapunk, and then the super type. That way we get an attack boost, we get an orb buff, and we can easily kill these characters nice and swiftly. But what you can actually do is, for a little bit more damage, if you want, is you can actually run Uta. A friend captain Uta is going to give you lots of damage, as well as like a really good orb boost, really good attack boost. You can then double stack attack boost with Lilith on this final stage. As I thought on the final stage you get a 6 times attack boost, but the enemy just gives themselves a 6 times attack boost. Look, it makes sense in principle, but I don't know what I was thinking with that particular line of text. But on the final stage, we are going to have Queen to remove the defense up in threshold by 6 turns. The support of Jozu or Ben Beckman Lucky Roo, whichever one you're using, is going to remove the other turn. Marco is going to remove the paralysis orbs. That way you have color affinity and you have a chain boost, thanks to Marco's ability of giving a chain boost if you have a color affinity buff. We're then going to get an orb buff with Lilith, an attack boost with her super type or super class, and then Shanks is going to give us a chain boundary, because we already have color affinity, as well as increase the attack boost. Now remember, if you're running Uta, you're going to have 2 attack boosts here, which is going to be very, very strong, and Shanks is actually going to should increase both of them. I believe he increases both of them. He might not, but like, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's a team, works really well. Alright, so moving on to the Dex fight now, we're running double Super Turnum Law. Super Turnum Law, honestly, just such an underrated character, and I always forget how good this guy is, and every time I run him, I'm always just blown away how powerful he actually is. We're running 2 laws here, but as I mentioned in the previous team, at the start of the video, you can run the Vega lads if you want, and link again in the description if you guys want to check out that particular video. Running double law though makes stage 2 very easy. Not that stage 2 is like overly challenging. Remember, on all of the stage 2 fights, as long as you kill that middle unit, the back 2 mob units are going to run away, and you won't have to worry about it. With this particular team, you have the super class of law, and if you are running 2 of them, you can actually use the super class on turn 2 of the friend captain, not your own. Now, Law basically handles stage 2 by himself, as long as you can get that super class ability. There's defense up and paralysis on stage 2, and the Law obviously as a captain removes the paralysis, and then if you use his super tandem, or his super class, he gets a tandem orb, which sets defense to 0, and then you can get the super tandem ability thanks to having Cerebral Free Spirits and a Luffy with Luffy Yamato, and then that way you can actually just kill super easy. Remember, you only have to kill Oven, don't worry about the mob units, but if you have enough damage, hey, you have enough damage. On the Sanji Pudding fight, the ideal way to do this too, by the way, is like I have been like sort of testing this since I've done this original recording. So ideally you want to super swap with Yamato and Luffy first, and then use the special of Luffy Yamato. That way you can actually still get the full border orbs, thanks to the G-orbs of Nami Karina, and that way you can still get the tandem orb on your lore. Very important that you do that. That way you just don't get the orb manipulation and you don't get one orbs. You'll have a full border G-orbs, you know, tandem orb on your, or one of your lores really, and that way with Yamato still giving a nice orb boost to your strength characters, who are the hardest hitting characters on the team, so like it works out nicely. If you're running the Vegapunk like lads, like they're gonna hit really hard, but look, missing out on an orb boost with them is not the end of the world. Plus, you can actually just use Vegapunk to give yourself an orb buff that way. So it's up to you guys, however you guys want to run it. Lilith's also an orb buff. Lore's also an orb buff. It's an attack boosting unit. He has usually tap timing. You can get chain boost with Vegapunk. You can get orb boost with Vegapunk or attack boost with Vegapunk. You can pretty much do anything you like, but basically you want to use the Nami Karina especially to move the threshold, and you want to use Lore to remove the paralysis. So pretty hunky-dory stuff here. No real issues with the particular team. Even if you like stuff it up like I did in this particular clip, you're gonna have so much damage output with the base attack, the double attack boost from Lilith. Like you just have a lot of damage here. Like a lot of damage. We have a final type with Luffy and Yamato too. Now finally we have the quick variation, and I did make just a quick change to the quick team. I actually took off Lilith because we're not getting that attack boost on the final stage that I thought was going to be there, that 6 times attack boost. It just made 0 sense to have Lilith there, because like we don't want to override an attack boost and not have the ability to have an attack boost available. As I mentioned in the first clip, if you guys can bring an Uta friend captain, Uta's actually going to be really, really good for this particular fight. All of the fights Uta's actually really, really good for. So you can just run her as a friend captain, get an attack boost, get an all buff in there, and then bringing something like Lilith might be a little bit more viable, but we're running 2 crocodiles in today's video. This particular part of the video, and he works so nicely. Everyone should have got him for free from Super Pyro Rumble. Everyone should have got skulls from last month's Kizuna. So hopefully you guys have him maxed out, because he's going to help out a whole great deal. If you guys don't have him maxed out, like just bring a friend captain if you can find one, and that's going to work out super hunky-dory too. But on stage 2, you get a chain coefficient reduction for 7 turns, and then you get an attack down if you're below a certain chain for 5 turns. So this is where Crocodile's great. You also get a full body of block orbs. As long as you have like a Robin unit on the team, which we do with Robin Koala, you can actually use his super class. That's going to rotate those block orbs for you. You can use his special for an attack boost, as well as a 3-turn chain boundary. Carry that into the final stage, and you're pretty much just off to the races. That way you just bring another attack boost like I did with Lore on this particular team. Atlas is another really good shout like I used in the other video, if you're looking for more Vegapunk characters to trigger the Vega lads. But remember, all you gotta do is kill Katakuri there, and you're just pretty much absolutely fine. So I used Lore, but like you can literally run anything. Like honestly, just use any character you like. If you have Annie Shanks, he's probably gonna be another really good option as well. But I believe you have to sort of satisfy the I believe it's quick, int, and dex rule set for this particular team too. On the final stage, all your type orbs, well, dex, quick, and int orbs will be treated as unfavorable. If 5 turns of paralysis, enemy has attack up, and you still have that attack down below a certain chain as well, so be mindful of that. With this particular team, there's also a special reverse too. With this particular team, Robin Koala, they handle the special reverse, they give you an orb buff, they give you color affinity, they pretty much do a lot for this team. Later down the line, there will be defense up and damage reduction. That's where the VV Rebecca unit comes into play. They're just going to basically remove that, but you can just use any other unit that you like. And then finally, we have Shirashi Mancherry. Shirashi Mancherry can remove the paralysis. If you're running 2 crocodiles, like, you don't need it, and you can just run something like Hiyori. Hiyori would be just a much better fit here, and that way you get 1 orbs, but the idea is to get a particular orb that isn't affected by that negative enabling effect. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like one, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you guys are in this beautiful world, please make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later!